Hey, what's up everybody? Thank you for checking out the video. It just means that you have some interest in my E34 wagon. So to start, let me give you some of the details. It's a 1993. It's about 267,000 miles. Everything works. I drove it up until about 2023 when I got a little bit of car ADD and I was able to find a E91 in Vegas, great condition, so I ended up buying that and started daily driving that. That's recently all sold, so I still have this E34 wagon touring still left. The idea was I was gonna hoard a bunch of parts and then eventually restore it back to its glory, but unfortunately I just don't think I have time for it. So I think it's time to pass it off along to somebody else that also loves E34s and can dedicate some time to getting it back to its glory days. So for the most part, it's in pretty good condition. There's definitely some cosmetic stuff. Clear coat is peeling. This windshield is cracked. And along the side, it still looks good. I had replaced this front piece that holds the kidney grills, but I never got to primer it, so it's taking on some rust. There aren't many rust spots on the vehicle. There's some right here, and then I'll show you in the back hatch. This car was in a house fire. It was actually parked one bay over by our house when we had the house fire. That's all been fixed and restored. And there's still some work that still needs to be done. So all the paint on this side was bubbled up and starting to come apart or just come off and exposing the bare metal. So I stripped all that down, did a little bit of body work and primered it to get it, so it wouldn't continue to rust. And you can see some of the damage from the tail light. So that's all in a decent condition. I have a replacement tail light for that, and also I have a replacement door handle as well. I can show you that other door handle where it's melted and all bubbled up. It has the typical issues with the hatch wiring. That definitely could be addressed. I found, I can't remember, it's FCP or Turner, or I don't know what it is. I think it's still Turner Motorsports. You can still buy the OEM harnesses left and right for the hatch. Just never got around to it. I was also considering, finding some other solutions, maybe wiring it myself. And a little bit of rust here, you can see, but it's not bad. For the most part, it's just cosmetic. You can see it has the headliners come down a bit in the back. It has the dog barrier in the back of the seats. That still works. And this hatch still works. These are the gaskets for the trim around the hatch. I have it currently propped up because I have replacement gaskets actually right there and all the hardware to fix that. So for the most part, it's in, the body is in great condition. You can either wrap it or get it repainted. Something was going to be done. And then let me show you a little bit of the interior. Here's the hatch. It looks good. Okay. And then one of the first things that I did when I got the car was get all of the windows ceramic tinted along with the windshield. So that definitely helped in keeping the dash crack free. So it's still a solid dash, no cracks in it. Really good condition. I replaced the factory radio with the Kenwood Bluetooth unit. It doesn't take CDs or tapes or anything like that. Everything is through Bluetooth, just streaming audio, which I think that's what everybody's doing nowadays. Here's a little bit of the interior. Glove box still works. I have a little bit of stuff in there, ashtrays and stuff like that. You can see here this panel is missing, the buttons here. And I have a brand new replacement panel for this that's still in the plastic. The sunroof does work the last time that I used it. 2023. The two-part, the front goes back. And then the back of it also comes forward. And then you can have it sit in the middle so both the front and rear passengers can get some air and some sun. The interior, I would say, is still in fairly good condition for the age. Probably, I think what shows the most use and wear and tear is in the driver's seat. So let me show you that real quick. I think a little bit of restoration work or a good leather person can get it back to some really good condition. Show you the door cards. Steering wheel. The leather in the steering wheel has definitely seen better days. This Texas heat doesn't help. So either rewrap or possibly get a smaller steering wheel to replace it. Armrest, I don't know how much that matters. All the switches work. Probably the next few days I need to replace the battery and put some fresh gas in it and get a video of it running. Get around to this side so I can show you. A little bit of that is coming apart. Passenger seats in great condition. Needs a little bit of cleaning. And the back seat is practically unused. Here's the door card for the driver's side passenger. I had to take all that apart so I could get the exterior door handle out, so I could do some body work. And this door is in fairly good condition. The heat is starting to get some of this to come apart, but all the pieces are there. If you have a good interior person, rewrap some of this. I do have video, or I have some pictures of when I first got it and did a compression test. I think it was all around 150 or 175 psi, but it was all the same across all 6 cylinders. So it's a healthy motor, I think. I daily drove it for years, up until about 2023 when I got the E91 wagon. But I'll do another separate video whenever I throw a fresh battery in it and some gas. Alright, so here's a general idea of the car. The wagon. This is a replacement rear bumper. The bumper is still in good condition. Needs some new trim, but it's in good shape. Alright, so let's talk about all the spare or parts that we have. As you can see, I have a full 5-speed swap for it. It's got the pedals. I have a brand new clutch to go with it. All the hardware, shift boot. You'll need a replacement brace for the transmission, brake pedal, clutch pedal, everything you need. I have a full set of these tires. I forget what the model number was. I'm sure an enthusiast will know. And then I have a full mile set to refresh the front and rear suspension. So everything's brand new, unused. You have left and right set. Still in the package. Front steering stuff, passenger side, driver side. And then I got these bushings from Turner, so that the plans was originally either bag or slam the car on coilovers. So I got these bushings to help. You make a huge difference. But never got, like, you know, you can see I never got around to doing any of that. And then in this area, you have a full kind of refresh and tune-up. You know, you got your fuel filters. Here's the Grebo and bushing for that. Water pump, interior filter. You have from Angry S a fuel kit, maintenance kit. Hose, 2 fuel filters, oil filter. And you have coolant, expansion tank, thermostat. You have a metal coolant flange instead of the plastic it comes with. This is the fan clutch. Still brand new in the box. Hoses, all the hardware, clamps, stuff like that. Thermostat. And then back here, you have the, this is the tensioner, and then a pulley. So tensioner here, pulley, all your belts and hoses. That's a new clutch. Brand new, never installed or mounted. Got the rear diff. See if I can find the numbers so we can figure out what the ratio is on. I'll have to look. You can post that in the comments or in the details. Axles. Alright, so then here's the replacement tail light. You can buy just one, so there's also a passenger side tail light. And then you have subframe bushing. This is the sway bar link, dog bones, left and right side. This is for the window regulator. In case you need to adjust this. There's some hardware. I'm not sure what this is for. And on this side, we have the struts for the hatch. And then all the new hardware for that. Install that. Here are the tracks for the hatch cabling. There's a bag of hardware for all this various stuff. And then here you can see the bad door handle from the house fire. Replacement door handle. These are the door handle gaskets. Front, let's see, rear doors, front doors from Angry Ass. And then this is, let me see. This is the trunk buffer kit. So this is, where does it go? I think it goes here to keep it from going in too far whenever you close the hatch. And you have a random side marker for the front bumper, and here's that panel for the sunroof. Still in the package, still has all the tabs. There's a space you can cut out for the switch here. Here's all the hardware from the 5-speed swap. Cabling, hydraulic pump for the clutch, all your hardware. It's 5-speed. Smart ZF on here somewhere. Might be on the other side. Yeah. See there? So yeah, this is everything that I have for the E34. I was planning on doing, never got around to it. So I think, you know, the idea was refresh it from the ground up, starting with suspension, making sure that was solid, and then next would be the cooling system. Make sure that was all good, and then eventually get around to the 5-speed swap. Once that was all good, my next plan was probably all the cosmetic exterior stuff. Hey, what's up everybody? Just want to do a quick update on the E34 wagon. So I threw some fresh gas in it, threw fresh battery, and started right up. So then the next thing to do was tackle the AC, so I went and got a couple of cans of refrigerant and filled it up, and now it's blowing cold. So really, I mean, other than the little bit of body damage, I mean, with the clear coat paintings, I don't know, whoever was buying it was hopefully going to do something with the paint anyways, either a wrap, plastic dip, or just respray completely. It's in pretty good condition. I mean, I have a replacement for that tail light, and I have a replacement door handle. So with a little bit of work, this can be in really great shape. So I'm gonna go run through the drive-through and grab some breakfast, and you guys can follow along so you can see everything that's working. It's got a couple check engine lights, and there's a check engine and a couple of lights on the dash. Let's check that out. Fires right up. So we have the brake light, that's due to the hatch. Washer fluid, just got to fill that up. Fog light is cosmetic, but the main thing is the brake light, and that's the third brake light that's part of the hatch because of the wiring. So let's just go through it. Brake light, washer fluid, fog light, and that's it. The check engine light, I'm not really sure. It's not flashing. I'll have to see if I can figure out how to read the codes, and then you can see the current mileage, 266,976, so right around 267,000 miles. AC's blowing cold. Well, coldish for about 30-year air compressor. Alright, let me go run through the drive-thru and grab some breakfast. Seatbelt on. Our steering still works. So do this one-handed. How's everybody's 4th of July? Happy 250th to the land of the free and home of the brave. Oh, and the trunk lid is gonna show open because, well, it needs to be adjusted. I just don't slam it shut because the hatch wiring and everything. It runs, no hiccups. Alignment's pretty straight too. I don't know if you can hear that squeaking. I think it's the dog bones. That's why I started getting parts for the suspension refresh. I got the windows up. AC blasting. guys' go-to for drive-through breakfast? Probably just gonna hit up the McDonald's. Right around me I have Taco Bell, Burger King. That is the rear window that's vibrating. Or no, that's actually the door handle is vibrating. The back door. Since I have the door panel off and I have the inside handle is off, so the bar that's connected to the door handle on the inside is loose. You hear rattling. Loosen it a little bit. Brakes work. So good so far. Hit up the McDonald's. What do you guys go to for breakfast? I usually go between, for drive-through breakfast that is. We're gonna sit down. There's a local spot that we like to go to, Live Oak Grill if you're in the Houston area, and then I think there's a chain, Black Bear Diner or something. That's a good chain for breakfast. There's also Denny's Original Grand Slam. It's also solid. But sometimes we go between McDonald's drive-through breakfast, and there's a Burger King too. I like the croissants. Pretty good. So here we can go through the AC, the top and show you that it works. So I don't know if you see, so the back is coming forward. That works well. I'm going to move the front back. So you see the split top works. So now both the driver and the passenger can get a little bit of sun and a breeze if the weather's nice. Goes all the way back. And just close the whole thing. And of course the vent works, and now it's completely closed. And then I'll show you guys from the outside as well. So I have the panel to replace where the AC controls are, but I didn't want to put it in right away. The idea was to fix the headliner, and eventually once the headliner was fixed and all that's back together, then I'll put the panel up there all fresh. But I will leave it for the next person. I don't know what they want to do with the headliner, and since that panel is brand new, we'll just leave it there and you can decide what you want to do with that. The window works. So all the windows work except for right now the back driver's side, because I got the door panel off. I think maybe the plastic clips that I'm including may have been melted or damaged, so it's a little off track, but that's an easy fix. Front driver's seat slides forward and backwards without issue. Also leans back, leans forward. It's not twisting and it's not bounded up, so that works perfectly. When I installed the aftermarket Kenwood radio, I also included the microphone, so if you are hooked up Bluetooth to the device, it'll take two devices Bluetooth, and then you can handle calls through that. So some hands-free calling. So then I was going to get it inspected and registered just to show the past inspection, but in Texas, after 25 years, they don't do a safety inspection anymore. They just tack on the $7.50 whenever you register for an inspection fee. So without having to get it inspected, or they don't do an inspection anymore, I'm just going to bypass that and let the new owner do the registration, and they'll do the inspection there. But brake lights work, headlights work, everything works. And it did have a safety inspection for the 2022 year. Last time I had it inspected and registered.
What can I get for you?
Can I get a number 4?
With cheese?
No cheese.
Okay, what kind of drink?
Can I get a large iced mocha with no whipped cream?
Okay.
And that will be it.
Alright, if it looks correct at the drink, come to the first one. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, so the AC or the blower only blows at like set at 4. So I'm not sure if that's a switch thing or something's up with the blower. But it only blows at max speed, which is fine for Houston weather. I think you're only going to be using it at max speed anyways. What's up? Yeah. Thank you. You too. See, automatic windows work. Press button once, the window goes all the way up. I'm still amazed all of the features that came on this 93 BMW. You know, it's got self-diagnose, it lets you know if there's something wrong, what's out. It's got average mile per hour and then average mile per gallon in the computer. It's over here built in next to the radio. You can even set like a minimum or maximum mile per hour, and it alerts you in case you go over. So having the AC in the Texas climate is definitely clutch. It's a must-have. But I will find that from my experience with older BMWs, like I've had a couple of E24s. It's probably my second E34. You gotta be moving, not standing still in traffic for the AC to work. If you're standing still, maybe it's not having the fresh air blowing through. It doesn't work very well. But once you get moving, it blows cold. Hopefully you guys stay up, don't fall over. So it's smooth enough that I can make this left turn without you guys tipping over. Good clutch. So if you guys can hear that squeaking, again, that's the back passenger. I believe is the dog bone. I'm not sure. It's hard to listen and figure out where it's coming from and drive at the same time, especially in the wagon. The AC feels good. Sunroof real good. Alright guys, so I hope that pretty much answers most general questions about the car. If you guys have any further questions about it or want to see something, please don't hesitate to reach out. I also want to note that I found the original kidney grill, and I'll include that as well. It's still in the island green metallic. It's not all rusted out like this, so I'll include that as well. All the original parts. All right, thank you. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks for checking out the video, and please don't forget to if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to answer anyone's questions. Have a great weekend.